Greetings and salutations, it is CJ from the Lights Mission Society, and today I'm going to give you my missionary testimony. Now, every missionary has a testimony of how they came to be a missionary. I'm a short-term missionary. God has not, I don't think God has called me to long-term missionary. Long-term missions, it's something I have thought about though. I lived abroad for 2 weeks. I don't know if you really call that living abroad, but I was abroad for 2 weeks last summer in 2018 in Cuba, learning some Spanish. Is my Spanish good? Not yet, but by faith, I'm going to get there. I'm going to be able to, that's like one of my missions goals. I want to be able to minister in Spanish, but I have not gotten there. But this is my testimony. I've said but 18 times in 1 minute. That has to be a world record. So let's get to my testimony. My testimony is not, let me not discount my testimony, but I'll just say how I got to where I am now. Like God, like to me, how he did this thing was so, it was so interesting. I like helping people. So like even at my church, like what I do, like I like helping young people. I like, I teach, I do a whole bunch of different things. I work in a high school where I help teens that are just, you know, it's alternative. So you know, there's a lot of different situations going on. I was a lifeguard as a kid for 4 years. That's like help wise. I was a coach. I did football coaching for 5 or 6 years. So there's something about like coaching or helping that's in me. God has used some of those things as far as like mental toughness, resilience, and all these different things that you learn, and the need for like a goal. Like we have a goal that we need to accomplish. Like let's get this goal accomplished. So like football is like we want to score. How can we help each other to score? And the thing with God is like, okay, how can I use the people that I saved to help other people get saved and for my will to be accomplished in the earth? I don't even recall like really thinking about missions much. It was just, I thought it was something that was cool. Like I thought it'd be like, I always like travel. Like travel is experiencing different, and I think that's just some of the stuff that he put in me. So you'll realize that some of the stuff that he puts in you will help you accomplish the ministry that he's called you to, right? So I love like learning and being around new people and new cultures and trying new foods. Even when I was like in the world, like I loved music and I loved like all these different things. And even like wanting to go to like crazy places like that people like look like me normally probably wouldn't go to, like Zion National Park. I haven't been there yet, but the Lord willing, I will go. But these things kind of excite me. These things make me want to like step outside of my box. But let's go to the testimony. So it started in 2013. What basically ended up happening was that I was at this event. There was just from my church there. Me and her are working the arts and crafts table, right? Or I'm working the arts and crafts table. Her kids are doing arts and crafts, and we're having this conversation. I don't even know what we were talking about, but we talk about just a whole bunch of different things. And so she just, I think somehow I just got up on this point of just talking about helping people and wanting to do, I think it would be cool to do a mission trip or whatever, right? And, you know, I think it'd be a nice thing to do. I don't even know where it came from. I was like, yeah, I think it'd be cool. And she's like, oh, my dad is doing a mission trip. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm just like, just kind of leaving. She's like, you should go. You might like it. And I was like, really? Then I started to backpedal, right? So I'm like, no, I don't know about that. Like, and I was like, where is it? She's like, oh, it's in Haiti. And I'm like, okay, you're talking about like Haiti. Haiti's like a stretch for me. Like it was just like, I guess the stereotypical things that you hear about this country is like really like kind of put me off to an extent. Like I was excited to an extent because I was like, yo, this is Haiti. But then I was still like, it's still Haiti. I hope I'm not talking about Haiti. I love Haiti. So what ended up happening was, so she told me to email her dad. So I emailed her dad. He sent me the flyer. But mind you, this trip was like in the end of October. We're in July. And they started taking money for this like in January. So I'm like way behind. The trip was cheap. It was like $1,000, maybe like $1,100. That's still kind of like, I didn't have $1,100, but it still was like expensive. So I'm like, all right, man, all right, okay. I'll email them. I'll do it. And it was a leap of faith. Like I never met her dad before. I never met the evangelist who was running the trip. They're based out of DC. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, all right, Lord, like, you want to show me, because I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do. You have to show me, make it plain that I'm supposed to go. So, right. So, the first things you normally do is like, all right, let's go talk to your pastor. Something like, pastor, like, there's a strip that I want to go on, and blah, blah, blah. And, where should I go? And he's like, all right, well, he's like, where's it to? I'm like, it's Haiti. He's like, okay. He's like, all right, you can go if the sister's dad is going. I was like, all right, well, let's see if he's going. So I text him, I'm like, hey, are you going on a trip this year? Because there was like something up in the air. Sometimes he goes, sometimes he doesn't. He was like, yes, I'm going. So I'm like, all right, okay, well, I got pastoral permission to go. All right, yeah, make sure you get pastoral permission to go and stuff. Just don't be out here willy-nilly just doing whatever you want to. Just get some permission. So I'm like, all right, Lord, if you really want me to go on this trip, you need to pay for it. Like, you need to pay for this thing, like, for real. Like, for real. Like, pay for it. Like, because I don't have the money for it. And so by faith, I have to, like, make phone calls. So I'm like, all right, who can I call to get money for this trip? So I was thinking some people. And mind you, I had no idea. So I'm like, all right. So I called one person. So actually, the sister and her husband were like, we'll give you some money. So I was like, all right, well, I already got a little piece of it done, right? It's a little slice. It was a good enough slice. And then I'm like, all right, let me call somebody else. So I call somebody else. I explain what's going on, blah, say ski. And then they're like, at this point in time, you got to realize, like, I was in a weird stage in my life. I didn't know what I wanted to do completely. And they're like, well, I don't know exactly what you're doing. And this is that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I want to go. And they're like, so what do you plan on doing? I'm like, I don't know what I plan on doing when I get back. I don't know. Like, this is an opportunity that's been placed in front of me. I'm just trying to do this thing by faith. I understand if you don't want to give me the money. I know if you don't want to help me. Like, I'm cool with that. That's fine. Like, I just figured that I would ask you, because what else? Like, this is what it is. Like, I'm gonna ask you, whatever. And then, no lie, they're like, all right, I got you. And I'm like, all right, so what are you gonna do? And they're like, I got it. Like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay for it. And I was like, what? Like, you're gonna do what now? And they're like, no, I'm gonna pay for the whole thing. But there was like, and I'm like, this is a joke, like, for real? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. They're like, just let me know where to send it. And I'm like, okay. And then that was like a whole nother nervous thing, because like I said, I've never met these people before. And now I'm sending like $500 to Western Union, like the normal stuff they tell you not to do. Do you know this person that you're sending this money to? By golly, no, I don't know this person I'm sending $500 to. All right, boop, $500. Pay the other $500. Okay. And then, so I'm like, okay, got permission, got the yes. Got my trip paid for in 2 phone calls. Yes. All right, so I guess I'm going to Haiti, right? 3 months behind on it. Like, it was crazy. Like, I guess I'm going. You have a passport? No. Okay, well, let me get this passport situation handled. So I had to get my passport. Took a fire picture, by the way. Best passport picture I've seen anybody have. If you want to try me, we can compare. I will beat you. Then, so the day comes. I fly to DC. So I had to fly to DC. Flying to DC. No, actually, I flew home first because I'm from Delaware. DC is like 2.5 hours away. So I flew home. I had supplies. I like way overpacked and all this other stuff. Get there. It's me and my mom, my cousin, and my dog. Drive to DC. Drop me off at the church. And I'm like head spinning, because we're like packing. We're like trying to get these bags ready. We're trying to, and I'm like a fart in the whirlwind, not knowing what to do. And I'm like, I'm going to Haiti at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what. So, and I'm trying to like meet new people. I'm like introverted, so I don't know anybody. And I'm like trying to talk to people, meet people, and like help. All those things said, we get there. We fly from DC to JFK to Port-au-Prince. We get our, and it was just, it blew my, like all the stuff that blew my mind was just, it was just, everything just blew my mind. Like us get like seeing the island as we flew into it, it's just so mad different. Like the sights, the smells, like there's people cooking outside, there's like people like trying to gain money, like trying to help put your, you know, stuff in the van. They're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. I'm like, okay, so what are we traveling in? And there's like a school bus. I'm like, oh snap, okay, let's get on the school bus. School bus is old, and I'm like, all right, but I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but it was just like, it just was such a shock. And I'm not even like a dude that's like, oh, I need everything to be perfect, but it put so many things into perspective. It was crazy. It blew my mind. And I'm like, all right, man, God, I'm here. Like, what you want to do? Like, and through that trip, like, God just showed me, like, he showed me so much, like, even with like the worship, even with the people, even with just everything. God showed up in so many different ways, and I gained so many different things from that trip. Like, I'm grateful for that trip because he showed me, and he put a burden. I think that's like when he really put the burden, like right before I left. It was like the weirdest thing. Like everybody's ready to leave, and I started to notice, like, when people are ready to leave, I'm not ready to go. Like, I'm ready to, I don't want to go yet. Like, I'm ready to like, what's up? Like, let's kick it. Now, I don't know, that might be something different, but God is awesome. And I bless him for like this ministry that he's placed in my life. Like, I bless him for it. And I don't know where he's going to take me with it, but I bless him for it. Like, I'm thankful. Like, he's faithful. Like, he showed me so many times like how faithful he can be, how he protects us, how he keeps us, how he like strengthens us, just from so many different things. So that's like my testimony, I guess. Like, it's a great proving ground. And I bless God for like using that place as a proving ground for me, to help me like get all the jitters out. Like, I'm not gonna take you somewhere safe. Like, I'm gonna take you somewhere you don't have to trust me. Like, okay, it's gonna be somewhere that's different. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. What you want to do? And God like blessed me, and I've gone back 4 times. I've gone 4 times total. Then he started moving my ministry to other countries. And I say my ministry, I say that for me being a missionary. Different countries, and I say my ministry, I say that for me being a missionary. Different countries, and now, you know, just blessing them to see where we're going to go. So that is it. That was 20 minutes. I hope that wasn't that much talking. Probably was. 20 minutes of hearing me talk is a lot. But that's all, and I hope that spoke to you somehow, that blessed you somehow, that you can gain from my experience. That is it. So if you have any questions, you want to hear any more testimonies, I have stories, interesting things happen. So, like I said, email thelightsmission@gmail.com, IG TLMsociety@gmail.com. I mean, not at gmail.com, at IG, at Instagram. And that is all that I have for you today. I'm CJ. This is the Light Mission Society, Mission Central. I believe that's what I'm going to call this channel. This part of this channel is the Mission Central. Light Mission Society is the big umbrella. Y'all see what I'm doing there. I'm thinking expansion. Do it, God. Increase my territory. Pray at J-Bash. You feel me? And that is all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I know I don't have any followers yet, but God, you get the glory out of this. All right, so remember that God is able, God is faithful, and you can trust him with anything and everything, even your life. We bless God for all that he's done, and we pray that he helps you in your missions journey so that you may have a testimony like I had myself. And I pray these things in Jesus' name. I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all be blessed.